为什么强大的国家都会走向灭亡呢？古希腊、罗马帝国、不列颠帝国、美国，因为他们都犯同样的错误，与原来使得他们成功的原则背道而驰。美国政府企图以庞大的开支和税收来摆脱严重的经济衰退，巨额的所谓刺激开支，庞大的医疗改革，政府接管私有企业，债务累累。当然，我们是他们的大债主。现在他们都得给我们干活。
You can change the future. You have to. Join Citizens Against Government Waste to stop the spending that is bankrupting America.
For the past 2 decades, China has increasingly been in the world limelight. The most populous country in this planet has harnessed the power of its 1.3 billion people to push the economy forward at double-digits growth rate since the early 2000s. As the world economy stagnated from the 2007 financial recession, China has only suffered a small blimp and is still growing strong. CNN's Wolf Blitzer and David Gergen, the director of the Center of Public Leadership and former presidential advisor to Bill Clinton, tell us what they think in the Situation Room. Here's a clip.
I think many historians may look back upon the rise of China and the shift of influence to Asia from the West as the most important development of our era. And I think we're all still trying to come to grips with it. It means, on one hand, good things. The expansion of a Chinese economy means it's a much bigger market. There are many more people there who can buy American goods. All of us can grow and prosper if it goes well. But it's a two-edged sword, isn't it? The threat, there are two threats to the United States. One is economic, that as China grows, it will also suck jobs out of the United States, and we're seeing a lot of that right now. And the second is a military threat. China's economy is likely to pass the United States, according to the lead economist at Goldman Sachs, in 17 years. That's not far away. And what we know from history is that when a nation becomes number one economically, it often becomes number one militarily, too.
We still have a much bigger economy than they have, but they're narrowing the gap dramatically. I think our economy is about 15 trillion. Theirs is 5 trillion, but they're moving up quickly.
Right. Only a decade ago, they were sixth largest in the world. Now they're second. Yeah. And they're moving up fast, and they're growing 10% a year, and here we're just sort of, going sideways. And it's really important we get our economy moving again.
So that was Wolf Blitzer and David Gergen's insights on the Chinese economy and its rapid growth. There is actually a quote from Napoleon that David pointed out in the interview that summed up the situation very nicely. "Let China sleep. When she awakes, the world will be sorry."
Despite the strong economic ties between China and the United States, diplomatic friction continues to pervade almost all other aspects of interactions. A main point of concern the United States has with China is the discrepancy between China's actions and the message it sends to the international community. Take the release of China's National Defense White Paper in 2010. It is quoted as saying, "China's national defense policy is defensive in nature, and that China will never seek hegemony, nor will it adopt an approach of military expansion now or in the future, no matter how its economy develops." However, the construction of an aircraft carrier and anti-ship ballistic missile, which were omitted from the white paper, suggests otherwise. At a recent press conference, Colonel Gang Yongshen refused to answer any inquiries about either military development. The diplomatic efforts made by Defense Secretary Robert Gates and the Secretary of State Hillary Clinton, in which both made very strong statements in supporting non-Chinese competitors in the South China Sea and East China Sea, have helped make China's Navy less aggressive in 2011. However, China continues to stake claim to territorial waters which violate the boundaries of the UNCLOS exclusive economic zone. While sending a message of assurance to the international world and continuing with their own agenda in the East, we must wonder what China's true intentions are and whether they are above suspicion.
Even though many East Asian countries are historically accustomed to China's power as the regional hegemon, the states in the Western Hemisphere have not yet directly experienced China's use of political power. In the past, unlike the cooperation and balance constructed through Chinese regional hegemony, the struggle to become the hegemonic power stimulated competitions and dangerous rivalries amongst Western states. Since the traditional international system is only based on the history of an European experience, United States may not have a valid reason to worry about China joining the international order. From a realist perspective, the U.S. might argue that China's continuous and rapid growth is an encroachment on America's power. This particularly holds true only if we assume that Chinese statesmen think and act in terms of interest defined as power. On the other hand, according to the liberal international relations theory, economic interdependence makes conflict between trading partners less likely. The East Asian perception definitely seems to lean more towards the liberal view and accepts China's rise not as an ominous security threat, but as an opportunity for cooperating towards gains for all sides.
It helps to keep your eyes peeled in China right now. The hard gaze of the state is fixed on anyone deemed a troublemaker.
I might be in trouble.
She's been followed, detained, has just emerged from house arrest.
He says that there's an event being held upstairs.
Yes.
We're not able to go.
Okay. No, Brad, move back, Brad, move back. Okay. We leave.
Minutes before being manhandled and detained by security.
They pushed us, they grabbed us, and had very, were really difficult with us. Okay, I'm not doing anything illegal.
Some journalists were beaten by police, while a few Chinese individuals were seen being hauled away. The continued clampdown shows how terrified and paranoid the authorities are of any potential uprisings, even when no protesters are in sight. Eunice Yoon, CNN.